Since Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for over a decade, the time between installments has doubled. 5 years separated Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5, and many players, myself included, are getting impatient as we wait for Rockstar to release GTA 6. If we examine what has transpired behind the scenes at Rockstar Games over the past 5 years, however, we can see why this game has been delayed for so long. Today, we'll investigate what's been going on within Rockstar Games, as well as GTA Online and Red Dead Online to learn the full story of the game's development delay. While we all anticipate the stunning visuals of Grand Theft Auto 6, our sponsor NVIDIA is here to ensure that we have the best gaming experience possible in the meantime. Let's start with RTX. It's on. Take a look at the reflections with and without RTX enabled to see the difference. Graphics processing units from the GeForce RTX TM40 series are lightning fast. The GeForce RTX 40 series graphics processing units will provide the necessary performance for any user, be they gamers or developers. Just to give you an idea of how well the GeForce 40 series GPUs work with the new NVIDIA DiceS 3.5 included in the 2.0 update and Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk 2077. Here's a quick rundown. This is the typical refresh rate for 4K content. That's totally out of your mind. The new Ray Reconstruction technology in DLSS 3.5 improves the quality and clarity of reflections when using the ray tracing overdrive mode. Improved global illumination and dynamically responsive lighting create a more compelling, lifelike, and realistic environment. This cannot be avoided. The best graphics processing units be for Cyberpunk 2077. Phantom Liberty are NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 40 series. Follow the description link and the pinned comment below for more information. We appreciate NVIDIA's support of this video as a sponsor. Let's make this absolutely crystal clear and dispel a widespread misunderstanding about Rockstar. You may have heard that Rockstar Games shows off their upcoming games trailers 2 years before the games even come out, but that's not the case. The game's trailer debuted in late 2011, and Grand Theft Auto V was released in late 2013. That yawning chasm of 2 years, the game was postponed, though, so that's not the real reason. The release date was originally set for the beginning of 2013. That would have been a little over a year ago, even more so with Red Dead Redemption 2. Originally scheduled for release in 2017, Red Dead 2 was pushed back to 2018. Because of this, Grand Theft Auto 6 is likely closer than many of us realize. But seriously, what's taking so long about this game? I suppose I could start off by telling you how much money GTA Online is still making Rockstar Games. But I think I'll save that for the conclusion. That isn't the primary explanation. Rockstar Games is notoriously private. It's a big reason why their games are so enjoyable. The fact that our understanding of them is so limited. However, 2 of Rockstar Games' 3 main directors and leaders have left the company since GTA 5's release, a fact that has largely flown under the radar unless you've been following Rockstar Games closely. Former Rockstar Games president Leslie Benzies was the first to do so in 2015. It's also worth noting that his departure from the company was not amicable. You can ask him. He was actually locked out of the Rockstar Studios, if you don't believe me. However, the events of 2018 and 2019 are even more worrisome. Rockstar Games co-founder Dan Houser asserted this in the year 2018. Even if we did something controversial with Grand Theft Auto 6, it's hard to say how many people would be upset about it. Extreme progressivism on the left and conservatism on the right are both extremely militant and angry. In addition, he expressed his gratitude that Red Dead Redemption 2 was being released in 2018 and not Grand Theft Auto 6. Given that the studio's co-founder admitted in 2018 that they still weren't sure what they'd do with GTA 6, it's safe to assume that development of the game was still in its early stages. If it was at all possible, what makes this even more worrisome and something you may want to investigate further is that Rockstar Games co-founder Dan Houser left the company the following year in 2019. Dan Houser not only co-founded the company, but also wrote the bulk of its previous games, including Red Dead 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, and a slew of others. While it's possible that the bulk of Grand Theft Auto 6's plot was drafted in 2019, the fact that their co-founder had left the company is significant and undoubtedly impacted the development of GTA 6. You'd be sorely mistaken if you thought Rockstar Games' internal drama was over for good in 2019, since the first reports of Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't surface until April of 2020. Moreover, according to author Jason Schreier, who is well connected within the Rockstar Games office, we discovered that Rockstar Games implemented sweeping changes to the company culture in the year 2020. The previous Rockstar Games was described as a massive boys' frat club by Jason Schreier, who also reported on the insane amounts of employee crunch leading up to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. After losing 2 of its studio heads, Rockstar decided to radically alter its internal operations. Employees should not be overworked so much, and the workplace should be improved, which is fantastic but would lengthen the wait for new games. Furthermore, Schreier did report that GTA 6 is in early development in his 2020 article, which caught many by surprise. No one could have imagined that development on Grand Theft Auto 6 was still in its infancy. The general public anticipated the release of the game in 2021 or 2022. Now that we're well into 2023 and 2024, and the game still hasn't been released, we can see that Jason Schreier was on the money. As 2020 began, Grand Theft Auto 6 was still in the very early stages of development, most likely as a result of leadership changes at Rockstar Games. Now that we know the real reason behind GTA 6's eternal delay, we can focus on fixing it. The first is that Rockstar is holding off until a sizable portion of players upgrade to newer consoles. The release of Grand Theft Auto 6 on PS4 and Xbox One has been delayed until a substantial portion of the gaming population, if not the entirety of it, has upgraded to newer hardware. Of course, it helps that GTA Online is still raking in massive sums of cash, as I said at the beginning of the clip. Let's check this out to see if it's the real deal and Rockstar really isn't in a hurry to release GTA 6. And if we're being completely forthright, we needn't go very far. According to data provided by Take-Two Interactive, GTA Online generates around $800 million in annual revenue from shark card sales. Consider it this way to get an idea of how outlandish the profits could be. Your current screen displays GTA Online's annual revenue of around $1 billion, which equates to roughly $15,000 every 10 minutes or $25 every 10 days. People who haven't played GTA Online in a while may have heard that the community has disbanded. Nonetheless, in reality, the opposite is true. Even in 2023, Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online are monthly mainstays in the top 10 of sales across all platforms. People don't seem to realize that this is still one of the most popular games for new players all over the world, even though existing players and older players who have played the game for a long time may have put the game down and don't play it as much anymore. Not convinced. This year, 2023, over 15 million copies of GTA have been sold in just this year, the game's 10th anniversary. To put that number in perspective, Spider-Man 2 sold 2.5 million copies in its first week alone and is currently dominating the gaming industry. 2.5 million. There were 15 million copies of GTA 5 sold in its 10th year. People still don't appreciate the magnitude of this game. In my opinion, you've probably also heard that Rockstar has delayed GTA 6 because so many people are still playing GTA 5. Even though that's not the only reason, it does explain why Rockstar isn't in any hurry to release the game. We'll end the discussion there. To sum up the video's central question, why is Grand Theft Auto 6 taking so long to develop? Because many of the game's most crucial developers have left over its lifetime, particularly Dan Houser, who was almost certainly one of the game's main writers. Then you link to a 2020 article in which Jason Schreier confirms the game was still in its infancy 3 years ago, adding that the game was stuck in development hell. To that, add the fact that GTA Online continues to generate $1 billion annually in revenue. Then you know why it's been over a decade since GTA 6 was announced. Keep yourself safe until the next video, and I'll see you then.